I started selling digital products as part of my business model years ago, and I have tried multiple different solutions for delivering, hosting, and selling those products. I have tried everything from simple PDF links in an email that is hidden behind a paywall to setting up an entire custom dashboard inside Thinkific, and most recently, finally settling on Thrivecart Learn Plus and feeling really confident in this decision. So today I'm going to give you a tour of my Thrivecart Learn dashboard so you can see what it actually looks like and how I organize my digital products, not only from a customer standpoint, but from the person who is building and hosting and selling the digital products. Basically, you're not only going to get my honest review of the platform, but you're going to see why I love it so much. If you've seen any of my other videos about digital products at this point, then there's no surprise to you that I love using Thrivecart Learn Plus, but let's get into the tour so that you can see why. Okay, I am in the bubble here, giving you a tour of the back end of my digital product shop. This is what Thrivecart Learn Plus looks like when you have set up your digital products. And I don't know about you, but I really like when things are simple and they work with how my brain works. And when there's tons of different options in the navigation, it just gets kind of confusing for me. So I like that they've separated Thrivecart Learn from the sales dashboard. And I like that there's just a few options up here: my courses, my bundles, my students, and behind my bubble is the team option. But within here, I wanted to just walk you through what it actually looks like inside a product itself too. And we're going to look at the digital product sales pack because I think it's a really good overview of how you can organize a product in different ways. So all of my courses have a standard organization and all of my template packs have a standard organization, but the digital product sales pack has just a variety of different things in there. So you'll get a peek at kind of like how I organize it, along with what it can look like if you are choosing to use Learn Plus as well. So on the reverse side, this is what the dashboard looks like when you log in as a student if you have purchased any of my courses or template packs or any other digital products like that. So everything is in here in a nice and tidy dashboard this way, which I really like. It's very similar to any other platform that I've used before or seen from helping clients set theirs up too. So basically this part is fairly standardized, and I think with Thrivecart Learn, you are getting the exact same as you would with anything else, but of course, there's just that one-time fee instead of having to pay a monthly fee for it to look like this. Now we're in the back end of the actual course builder, which when I was setting this up, I built one variation of how I set up all of my templates and courses for the course specifically, and then one variation for my template packs, because both, while they're similar, have a slightly different structure in terms of how it's organized, but there are like standardizations between both. So by doing that, whenever I make a new product, I save so much time and everything is really consistent. So whether you buy the digital product sales pack from me or canned email templates, it's going to be presented in a similar way, which I think shapes the customer experience because everything is just like very on brand. So to give you some examples, every single product that I sell has a welcome and housekeeping module. So the introduction, a space asking for feedback, any disclaimers about copyright and that kind of thing. And every single product also has an additional resources section. Then if it were a course, we would be getting into the modules and the lessons in here, versus when it's a template library like this one, I have the template library with all of those linked below. And then I have any additional resources or bonus resources, which in the case of the digital product sales pack is the A to Z digital product development plan, which if you've watched any of my other videos about digital product setup, I have actually a couple of those that are using that and giving you a little sneak peek tour of what that looks like. So you might want to check those out. But overall, it's very simple to set up. And I like to set it up the way that I described, which is like having a standard template for courses and template packs that I can just follow for every other product beyond that. Maybe it's not as important to you to have that standardization that I have. Maybe you just have one product and you're not worrying about others right now, but just something to consider if you are planning on building out an entire shop is that consistency. So you'll see in here, it's simple to edit the course content page. So that's what they actually see when they log into the course itself or the product itself. Easy to add a module, add a lesson. You can change the course layout, the image, obviously, the description. This will be automatic, I believe, based on who is setting up the course. And when you're using Learn Plus, there's a bunch of other options that you can have in here, which I haven't used yet because I don't have a course currently that needs to be dripped or automated in any way. But that's where you would be able to set up all of those different access points and dripped content and that kind of thing. So if we are looking at the exact same view from the customer standpoint, this is what they see when they log in: digital product sales pack, the title there, the description, their progress, if they've gone through any of the lessons and modules. And this is how I've like standardized what I was explaining of how I've standardized the presentation. So everything has the same cover images with the similar titles, and it's just like always consistent. Which, if you've noticed anything about any of the content that I put out, I really, really like consistency and branding that is on point. And of course, your branding does not need to be perfect right away when you are just starting out, but it's definitely something to work towards because it helps shape the overall perception of your brand. This is not a branding chat, but that's how excited I get about this kind of thing. So when you click on a specific module or one of those images on the dashboard, then it'll bring you into something that looks like this. And this is one of the standard welcome modules. Like I said, all of the welcome modules have an introduction, ask for feedback, and the copyright disclaimers. I also always include a video within the welcome module. So this is walking them through everything that is inside, any specific tips to how to make the most of this template pack or this course, and basically just like introducing them, like the name says, to what it is that they just purchased and what they can expect. Now, if we look at the same module as the person who is building this digital product, again, it's very simple. It's just drag and drop boxes like anything that Thrivecart does, which I love because I'm not a designer. I know what good design looks like, but I am not a designer, so I do not want to waste my time trying to figure that out. I love the drag and drop. I love just being able to copy and paste all this text in from my Google Docs, from wherever I've built the product, and pop it in here. One thing that is different about Thrivecart versus something like Thinkific is that they don't host the videos themselves. Like, you don't upload the video to Thrivecart Learn. You actually have to upload a private video on a different platform like Vimeo or YouTube, and then you just pull the code over and it'll bring your thumbnail and the video over into your course platform. But everything here is editable. Like, I can change all of the different things throughout. Anywhere that there's a box that's being highlighted, I can change. So that is nice. I wanted to also show you what it looks like as a customer when you're looking in the template library itself. So same idea with the organization of the welcome module. There's the little cover image here, and then this is the list of all of the templates that are currently included. So this is the digital product sales pack, which is huge. Like, there's the course delivery emails, template and tool, welcome sequence emails. So like the actual delivery emails when you send them access and like follow up with them and make sure that they're using the product. There's also feedback request templates that you can use to get testimonials and social proof, but also get launch feedback from those who don't purchase so that you can use that to launch again. The product page copy, the checkout page copy, launch copy email swipes, abandoned cart email templates, funnel copy templates for evergreen funnels. Like, there's everything in here. So this is a big product, and I had to organize it in a way that would make sense to the user. So if we click on one of these, this is the product and checkout page copy templates. And for every single template, I also have a video that walks through some general tips and how to use the templates, some copywriting tips, and all of those things that will just like help you make the most of the templates that you have. This blurb underneath is a quick summary of what's in the video so that people who are different types of learners know what to expect. But I highly recommend that everyone watches the videos along with reading the text. This is where you could also decide to put in a transcript of the video. That's something that I'm considering doing so that those who would rather just read everything, they can do that. But because my digital products have like a visual aspect to them, like maybe the copy is wireframed or that kind of thing, it doesn't always make sense to have a transcript. So I'm still figuring that out, but this is definitely somewhere that you could put something like that in. And then there is a link to access the templates themselves. So actually go in and start editing these documents. And then you'll see down below here, it says next template, going over to the launch copy swipes, and we can click continue. Again, this is very, very similar to every other course platform out there, but I just think it's like simple, and I really like the cost effectiveness of it, with the simplicity without sacrificing anything for the customers. Like, it still looks nice in here, even though it's way less expensive as the business owner to run something like this. So as you can see, every single template or lesson has the same formatting structure. So it makes it easy to navigate, again, consistent, all on brand, all makes sense to the customer. I just wanted to show you really quickly that you can edit the course content page. So this is the page that the customer logs into. Once they get to like the main dashboard with everything that they purchased, then they click on the individual product or course itself. This is that page that I showed you earlier that you can edit in here as well. And again, very similar to every other platform, very simple, very easy to use if you're not techie or not a designer like me. It's so easy. And the last thing that I want to talk to you about, and probably one of the most pleasant surprises when I was migrating everything from Thinkific over to Thrivecart Learn, if you're already using the Thrivecart checkout and then you are using something like Thinkific or Kajabi or Podia or whatever to host your courses and digital products, then you probably have a bunch of zaps set up so that you can connect those platforms, because we all know that they don't integrate seamlessly. And an issue that I kept running into and that me and my team were wasting a ton of time on is when those apps would just randomly fail for no reason at all. They would be working one day and the next they just would stop. But the benefit to using the Thrivecart checkout and then Learn Plus is that there's no more zaps needed here. So I could turn off all of those zaps that were causing headaches, and all I have to do is in the fulfillment tab of the product checkout, add them to my membership site, check that it is the Thrivecart Learn platform, and then add them to the digital product sales pack if that is the one that they are purchasing. So not only am I now eliminating the need for that many zaps in the plan that I was on before, but also improving the customer experience because there's no more failed zaps that we have to manually nudge along. Because I'm telling you, like, they were set up totally fine, and it would just be, it didn't work one day, and we would go in and we'd just manually give it a little nudge and it would work as it's supposed to. So that is a huge relief for me. And talking to other course creators, digital product creators, when I mention this, it's also a relief for them. And I know this is true of all of the course platforms. Like if you're using Kajabi or Thinkific, you can also use their checkout. But the problem with those is that their checkouts don't actually calculate sales tax, at least not location-based sales tax the last time that I checked, which is why I ended up with Thrivecart in the first place. Because as a Canadian bringing in over a certain amount of revenue, you need to start charging sales tax based on the location of your customers. So that's how I ended up here in the first place. Again, because it was just a one-time fee versus those other plugins that would integrate with these other checkouts, but they were monthly expenses. And as small business owners and solopreneurs, we do not need more monthly expenses that are just piling up. So I just wanted to show you really quickly how easy it is and talk about how that just has saved me so many headaches. I think I have shown you all of the main features in the dashboard here, both for the customers and for the person who is setting up their digital product or course. I'm happy to dig into more areas if you would like to. So if there's anything that you didn't see that you want me to show, let me know in the comments and I can add that into a future video. Remember that what is more important than the platform you choose to host your digital products on is the offer itself. If what you're selling is really good, then it won't matter where or how it's hosted. Yes, of course, it is important to focus on presentation and creating a nice customer experience, but none of that matters if the content itself isn't valuable. So you need to focus on creating a valuable digital product before anything else is relevant. If you are still in the ideation and creation and setting up your digital product phase, then I have a few other videos that I can link for you below. If you have any other questions, then please leave them in the comments and I am happy to address those in future videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching.